Welcome. We are going to now take a look at a graph called an ogive. An ogive is also called a cumulative frequency polygon, and we could also work with relative frequencies, but in this first example, we'll work with frequencies. So let's just jump in with this example. So the histogram displays the weight loss for 50 clients after 1 month on a weight loss program. All right, if you check out the x-axis here, so this will be weight loss, and negative 10 pounds up to, but not including 0 pounds. So those 5 people had negative weight loss on the weight loss program, but so actually negative weight loss would mean they gained weight. And then 0 pound weight loss up to, but not including 10 pounds, we had 20 people in that group, etc. So what I'm going to do first is just put those frequencies into the table here, and then we can talk about ogives in a moment. So let me just first put down our 5 people in that first class, and then 20 people, 15, 5, 4, and 1. So if I were to add those frequencies together, we should get 50 because they said we had 50 people, 50 clients that tried out the program. And now let's talk about cumulative number of clients, so cumulative frequency. All right, so what we do is we start with everybody that lost negative 10 up to 0 pounds. We start with our 5 people. And then the next cumulative frequency, what we do is we start at negative 10 pounds, and we're going to include now not just the 5 people, but as well, if we go all the way up to 10 pounds. So now we're going to have, I'm just going to circle up here, we have 5 people there. And if we start at the beginning and go all the way up to a 10-pound weight loss, that would include those 5 people plus another 20. So cumulative frequency means we keep the original previous frequencies and then we add in the next group, the next frequency. So I've already got 5 people, so I'm just going to rewrite the 5. And then I'm adding in those next 20 people. So a total of 25 people lost anywhere from negative 10 up to 10 pounds. All right, so if we went from negative 10 up to 20 pounds, we would now be including the next 15 people. So we would add 5 plus 20 plus another 15. Now, since I already added the 5 and the 20, I usually just take that number and write that down again. So 25 already, 5 plus 20, and then we add in our next 15 people. So now we're up to 40 people. And then we just keep this up. So if I go from negative 10 pounds all the way up to 30 pounds, I'll add in another 5. So we have 40 so far, add in another 5 people, and we're up to 45 people. And then if I go up to 40 pounds, we have 45 people already. I'll add in the next 4 people in that group. That brings me up to 49 people. And then finally, just 1 person out here. So 49 plus 1 brings me up to all 50 people in the study. So ending at 50 is appropriate here to include everybody. So all 50 people in the study lost somewhere between negative 10 up to, and not including that, 50 pounds. All right, so that's what cumulative means. And then when we graph that information, it's called an ogive or a cumulative frequency polygon. So cumulative frequency is what we're seeing now on the y-axis and looking at our weight loss. So what we do is we start with a point on the x-axis, so a cumulative frequency of 0. And then the next point here, people that lost negative 10 up to 0 pounds, we had 5 people. So what we do is take that point, but we would drag it up here and put it at a cumulative frequency of 5. I'm just going to write a 5 above it so you see it there. And then we connect points with a straight line, so a line segment. All right, and then when we went up to 10 pounds, negative 10 up to 10 pounds, that cumulative frequency was 25. So that point will now be at 25. 5. And then again, we just connect with line segments. All right, and then we had 40. I'm just going to draw the points and then I'll connect them. So then we had 40 and 45 and then 49, just approximate there. And then finally, in the end, we had all 50 people accounted for. And then I'm just connecting those with line segments. And that is an ogive, or cumulative frequency polygon. All right, so we can work with cumulative frequency, or we could also work with cumulative relative frequency, and we'll check out that example next.